Untuk bawakan suasana bersempena dengan Idecs 2022 di BCCK Kuching. Dan sebentar saja lagi pada sekitar jam 9.15 pagi, pasti kami akan bawakan kepada anda pelancaran Idecs 2022 yang disempurnakan oleh Premier Sarawak Yang Berhormat Datuk Partinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. Baik, saya kongsikan kepada anda kenapa tentatif Idecs 2022 ini sangat menarik. Hari pertama hari ini 10 pagi. Keynote 1, Environmental Sustainability and Hydrogen Economy, itu adalah topiknya. Pada 11 pagi, Keynote 2, Future Investment in Environment, Social and Governance, ESG. Dan pada jam 1.30 petang, kita ada Keynote 3, ini juga yang ditunggu-tunggu, iaitu 5G, a Game Changer. Dan 2.30 petang, ini juga akan menjadi perhatian, iaitu Epilogue Session, Panel Discussion, Digitalization to Accelerate Sustainable Development for Sarawak. Kerana antara panel yang akan turut serta dalam Epilogue Session, Panel Discussion ini adalah Yang Berhormat Dr. Haji Hazlan Abang Hibni, Timbalan Menteri Tenaga dan Kelestarian Alam Sekitar Sarawak. Juga yang berbahagia Tan Sri Dato' Amar Haji Muhammad Morsidi bin Abdul Ghani, Pengerusi Perbadanan Ekonomi Digital Sarawak Idec, Madam Sim Kosin, Naib Presiden Kanan Information and Communication Technology of Sarawak Energy Berhad SEB. Itu untuk hari pertama. Tentatif kedua juga tidak kurang menariknya, tapi sebelum itu lebih lanjut kita saksikan dahulu VT mengenai Idecs 2022 ini. Dari BCCK Kuching, kami akan bawakan kepada anda siaran langsung persidangan ekonomi digital antarabangsa Sarawak Idecs 2022. Ianya mula ada dan pastinya memantapkan lagi ekonomi digital Sarawak sejak tahun 2017 dan pada tahun lepas iaitu pada tahun 2021 tidak diadakan ekoran pandemik COVID-19. Pastinya kali ini dinanti-nantikan persidangan ekonomi digital antarabangsa Sarawak ini yang bertemakan Decoding Big Data for Environmental and Energy Sustainability dengan salah satu objektifnya penonton iaitu selaras dengan target PCDS 2030 yang memfokuskan kepada kemakmuran ekonomi, inklusiviti sosial dan kelestarian alam sekitar ini bermula hari ini 21 Jun sehingga esok 22 Jun 2022 bertempat di Pusat Konvensyen Borneo Kuching BCCK dianjurkan secara hybrid iaitu acara hari pertama pada hari ini dengan anggaran kehadiran lebih 2,500 orang peserta. Malah penganjur turut menjangkakan lebih 40,000 penonton dalam talian. Manakala untuk hari kedua pula, esok hari semua track akan boleh diakses pada platform Maya melalui webinar. Saya nak kongsikan kepada anda data mengenai bilangan peserta pada tahun 2020 iaitu 31,350 dan pastinya anggaran untuk tahun ini peningkatan peserta untuk sama-sama kita mempunyai pemahaman yang sama dalam memantapkan ekonomi digital di Sarawak. Okey, kita nak bawakan kepada anda suasana dan kemeriahan di BCCK Kuching bersempena dengan Idecs 2022 ini terus sahaja bersama dengan rakan setugas. Silakan Yusuf Syukri.
Alright, thank you guys. Now, as you can see, the lobby of the BCCK is slowly emptying itself because the delegates have been invited into the main hall for the launching ceremony of Idecs 2022. So I actually took this opportunity to be, talking to some of the exhibitors right here. And with me right now is Madam Michelle Won from Service Sarawak. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Can you please tell me what is your objective of participating as part of Idecs 2022 and what can the visitors expect if they go to your booth?
Yeah, hi, morning. Actually, basically today we are here to promote the Service Sarawak. Service Sarawak is a government initiative since 2018, which is initiated by the state government to provide one-stop services to the public. Basically, what we do is we bring in various government agency services to be accessible through single contact point and through multiple channels also. So take for example the transactional service from the councils. Let's say apply for the transfer of ownership of the assessment bill, apply for the rebates of the bill, and then services like the water-related services such as the Jabatan Bekalan Air Luar Bandar, their service on the apply for the new water meter. So if previously public want to apply, they have to go to the multiple places. So council services have to go to the council. Water services have to go to the water authority office. So what we do is we bring all these services to one single contact point, which is operated by the Service Sarawak. We have 4 channels. We have counter, which operate at the Service Sarawak Center. We have 5 centers now at Service Sarawak Kuching at UTC, Sibu UTC, and Service Sarawak Center in Miri, Sri Amang and the Government Administrative Building. Sri Amang is at the Sri Semangang Hotel, and also Seriang at the Government Administrative Building there. And this is our counter services. But we also have another channel which is on digital. We have our mobile apps called Service Sarawak mobile apps. The mobile apps also bring in all the government services to be accessible to these are mobile apps. You can apply all the services I mentioned. So basically, and also in terms of the payment, the water bill, electricity bill, Sarawak gas bill, assessment bill. So all these bill is payable to one single place. So be it through the counter, be it through the mobile apps, be it through the Service Sarawak portal, and we also have kiosks. The kiosks also play the same role. So today we are here actually to introduce this initiative to the public so that public know that everyone know that government is moving into this initiative, providing one-stop services to ease the people to access the government services. So you don't have to go to multiple places anymore. So we are here today On top of introducing, we're actually running some activity here. We have few activity today. If you are downloading our mobile apps, and then you log in and do some activity, do some transaction inside there, we are going to give some rewards in terms of the e-wallets, Play Global e-wallet rewards. And if you refer to a friend, become a referrer, you will get additional rewards. This is how we actually encourage people to move into online. Because now I think due to the COVID, so we try to reduce the people to move around. So we move into the digital initiative, encourage people to make the transaction online. And government will also keep on getting more and more services to go online. Yeah, so.
Okay, now thank you so much for the insights. I'm curious, as of today, how many downloads have Service Sarawak had?
Oh, okay. So our app just launched last year. So far it's about 10,000.
10,000.
Yes, correct. It's going to be, actually we don't have any major activity on promotion, so a lot of people still don't know about it yet. So hopefully after this event, more and more people getting to know about it, download and use it. So it's for the benefit of the public themselves, and also it will ease everyone. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Madam Michelle. So that's basically some of the booth that is available for the delegates to come over and gather information with. As you can see, as you may have heard from Madam Michelle just now, there's a lot of activities such as promotions and stuff, just to get the delegates and the local delegates especially to know more about what Sarawak has, the initiative Sarawak has developed in an effort to digitalize Sarawak itself. So that's all from me, yeah. Ghazali, back to you.
Ya, terima kasih Yusuf kerana bawakan kepada kita suasana dan perkembangan dari BCCK Kuching. Itulah kalau kita lihat pada tahun 2017, 8 resolusi persidangan yang telah kita saksikan daripada Idecs 2022 ini. Dan pastinya kalau tadi saya sudah ceritakan kepada anda apa yang menarik untuk hari pertama Idecs 2022, untuk esok hari pula kita ada 8 parallel track dengan topik-topik yang menarik. Antaranya salah satunya adalah kreatif industri yang saya tahu sangat dekat di hati semua penggiat seni, di hati saya di TVS ini, dan pastinya panel bagi track kreatif industri ini adalah seorang anak kelahiran Kuching Sarawak sendiri, iaitu penerbit dan pemuzik antarabangsa Elvin Wee. Kenapa ianya ditunggu-tunggu? Kerana pemuda berusia 34 tahun ini telah menjadi rakyat Malaysia pertama di pentas Hollywood yang berjaya memenangi kategori pencapaian cemerlang adunan bunyi 2022 bagi karyanya dalam siri animasi Disney Encanto. Okey, saya kira kita sudah bersedia untuk bawakan kepada anda siaran langsung pelancaran Idecs 2022 dari BCCK Kuching Sarawak. Terus sahaja saksikan.
Energy and Environmental Sustainability and our conference advisor, Mr. Jim Snabe, Chairman of Siemens, distinguished speakers, respected partners and delegates, including our participants in the Zoom virtually of Idecs 2022. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Salam Ibu Pertiwiku. A very good morning and a warm welcome to Idecs 2022. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Premier of Sarawak, for his kind presence today to grace this iconic International Digital Economy Conference, Sarawak Idecs 2022. Thank you, sir, for your continuous confidence in giving the opportunity for scope to manage Idecs for the last 5 years. I have the opportunities to lead 2 years, and I also wish to thank our distinguished guests, partners, and sponsors, and all delegates for your participation and support for this event today. As a chair of conference, allow me to recap Idec's 5-year journey. Idecs is the brainchild of the Right Honorable Premier of Sarawak and under his mandate since 2017. Idecs had been a platform for knowledge sharing among subject matter experts in digital economy across various sectors, namely tourism, agriculture, manufacturing, entrepreneurship, forestry, mining, energy, and digital government. Idecs has also evolved from a physical event into a hybrid mode, relying on digital technologies and mobile devices as a medium of communication since COVID-19 pandemic sets in. The sky is not a limit. We work on possibilities, positivities, and passions. Idecs 2020 has seen the participation increase tenfold from 3,000 participants to 30,888. That's a good number. In person as well as online viewing. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, we are witnessing the return of the Idecs with an expected participation of 3,000 in person and 40,000 online viewers. We are today live on TVS and UCAS Facebook. As mandated by YAB Premier, this year, the theme for Idecs 2022 is Decoding Big Data for Environmental and Energy Sustainability. The focus will be on the significance of environment, social, and governance, in short, ESG. The ESG elements, as opined by our YAB Premier, are internal practices and policies which will further expedite socio-economic growth in the long run for Sarawak, attracts talents, encourages social responsive investments, and attract investors by companies aiming to adopt ESG practices. These aspects of ESG dimensions are in alignment with the post-COVID-19 Development Strategies 2030, which was formulated by the Sarawak Economic Action Council, or in short, SEAC, and launched by our YAB Premier in July 2021. Within the PCDS 2030, environmental sustainability is an integral part of Sarawak development initiatives for the current and future generations. As such, Idecs 2022 would be an open sharing platform for subject matter experts on the potentials of hydrogen economy, globalization, supply chain resilience, digitalization, new industrial revolution, RI 4.0, creative industries, digital communities, and transitions towards a low-carbon economy. Sir, on this note, we would like to take this opportunity to congratulate YAB Premier on your keynote speech, which was deliberated during the World Hydrogen Summit 2022 in Rotterdam, Holland, from the 9th to 11th of May this year, to highlight Sarawak's hydrogen-ready position in an address entitled Accelerating the Global Hydrogen Economy the Sarawak Way. Congratulations once again, sir. For Idecs 2022, a total of 11 speakers will be featured. This morning, we will have the opportunity to witness the chairman of Siemens, Mr. James Nabe, to share his keynote on the topic of environmental and energy sustainability. Sir, we have the opportunity of meeting Jim last night with a few of us. And in fact, I want to tell Jim this: Sarawak is beautiful and fascinating. And what is more fascinating to us is to meet someone who I consider is fascinatingly humble. Okay. With his 25 years of experience in the IT industry, Jim is focused on leadership and innovation, digitalization, and societal progress. In his capacity as a global business leader, Jim is involved in a number of activities focused on societal progress and the role of business in society. Thank you, Jim, for your presence, and I know you have been handpicked by our Premier. We are all excited indeed to announce that Idecs 2022 is a special edition, as it marks the 5th year of its inception. Besides having exposition of 30 relevant agencies, private sectors, and higher learning institutions, we will witness 8 MOUs and MOA exchange this afternoon by our partners and the state government. We will witness 8 MOUs and MOA by 1 Asia Business School and Scope, Teraju and Scope. Another is the Association of the Professional Technologists and Technicians, APTT, and Sarawak Multimedia Authority, SMA, and also between Malaysia Board of Technologies, MBOT, and SMA, Global Entrepreneurship or Startup Malaysia, and SMA, and of course another one from Petroscience, SMA, and MBOT and APTT. And finally, we also will be witnessing MOU exchange between Microsoft Malaysia with the Government of Sarawak, SMA, Idec, Centex, as well as Science. There's one MOA exchange between University Malaysia Sarawak, UNIMAS, UMS, University Malaysia Sabah, and University Mulia Indonesia. 2 special highlights of Idecs 2022, that is satellite program, digital satellite programs as a precursor to the conference. A total of 155 programs has been implemented from May 20th till 20th of June throughout Sarawak. To summarize, we had 15 knowledge sharing workshops by 6 universities, all our 6 universities, UNIMAS, UITM, Swinburne, Curtin, as well as UTS and ICATS College University. 47 digital programs by 4 industries and 4 public sector agencies, and 93 digital programs and workshops by 34 digital community centers. Yeah? They are all here with us today, and we are glad, sir. Most of them are from the digital centers are on Zooming in now to witness Idecs 2022. All these programs have been organized by universities in industry players as well, and various state and federal agencies. We are also getting participation of various agencies, including SMA, Centex, and its partners, including Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development, IBM, Huawei, Bosch Rexroth, Eon Realty, Keysights, Next Lumberger, and Petroscience. We also have the pleasure of getting Idec, Scope, Okeshi, Tegas, Asia Foundation, Startup Malaysia, APTT, and Petrosal Academy to be involved in our satellite digital programs. And they are here today with us this morning. For the digital community centers, in our effort to ensure inclusiveness, that no one is left behind, we have the participation of the 42 digital community centers throughout Sarawak, powered by SMA, together with Ministry of Public Health, Ministry of Housing and Local Government, MGLH, yeah, and our state library, Pustaka, with the hope and the view to improve digital literacy and social economy of the local communities. The satellite digital program is implemented with a view to connect public sectors, academia, industry players, and local communities in driving our digital economy agenda. Finally, this year we'll be hosting the inaugural Digital Economy Awards tonight, which serves to recognize and reward the contributions to Sarawakians who have championed and participated continuously in digital economy initiatives across various sectors. Participants from the public and the private sectors, industries, GLCs, universities, NGOs, and individuals. Once again, on behalf of the organizing committee, I wish to extend my sincere and heartfelt appreciation to our Right Honourable Premier of Sarawak for your foresight, vision, and strong support. Without your support and far-sighted vision, sir, we will not be here today. On a final note, allow me, sir, to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to all the high-performing teams of sponsors, partners, and advocates. Our conference advisor, the Honorable Dr. Hazlan Hibni, members of the steering and working committees, Professor Jack Singh, Chairman for our Digital Satellite Program and his team, Professor Dr. Al-Khalik Osman, Chairman of the Digital Academy Awards, Mr. Michael Roney, Chairman of the Expo and Participation Committee, Dr. Zaidi and his team, Dr. Anderson Tiong, CEO of Science, Chairman to the Technical Committee, Saudara Azlan bin Haji Badri, Chairman of Protocol and Performance Committee, Saudara Muhammad Amirin bin Muhammad Zainal, and Encik Samuel Simon, Chairman of Publicity and Promotion Committee. Yes, Dr. Aslina and our Scope Secretariat, who have been providing the support of IDEX the last 5 years. Thank you all. Thank you. And and to each and everyone who has contributed to IDEX all these years. Yeah? To everyone here today, have a very fruitful and exciting time here at IDEX 2022. Stay safe. Together, we support our Premier towards a prosperous digital Sarawak. Thank you, sir, and everyone.
Our highest appreciation and thank you very much to Yang Berbahagia Dato' Dr. Sabaria Putit, Deputy State Secretary, Operation and Chairperson of IDEX 2022. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and now may we invite you to focus your attention to the screen for the video presentation on the journey of IDEX.
Ladies and gentlemen, IDEX 2017.
big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. And that was the journey of Idecs. And as been mentioned in the welcoming speech earlier, Idecs 2022 features 2 exclusive events, namely the digital satellite programs of the Digital Month and Digital Economy Awards 2022, which will be held this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue on with our next highlight, that is the opening address by our guest of honor. Thus, may we invite Yang Berbahagia Chairperson of Idecs 2022 to invite our guest of honor, the Right Honourable Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari, Bintun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, Premier of Sarawak and Patron of Idecs, to the stage to present his opening address. Dengan segala hormatnya, dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi, a very good morning. The Honourable Deputy Premiers, the Honourable Speaker of Sarawak State Assembly, the Honourable Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, particularly I welcome all the speakers, in particular Mr. Jim Heckman Snaby for your trip to Sarawak. I understand this is your first trip to Asia, and Sarawak is your first destination. A very warm welcome to you all today to the 5th International Digital Economy Conference Sarawak 2022. The 5th Idecs is after a 1-year gap due to COVID-19. I would like to thank all the delegates and participants, both attending either physically or virtually, and supporting this premier event of the Sarawak government. I am made to understand that right now a total of 42 digital community centers throughout Sarawak are logged in and viewing our session. My sincere appreciation and thank you to all the speakers and panelists who will share their expertise and insight over the next day and a half. I am very proud that the Idec has become a truly international event of Sarawak government, a cornerstone platform to share new ideas, develop strategies, and address issues and challenges to move forward the sustainable digital economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Idecs 2022 is themed on decoding big data, a very important process for environmental and energy sustainability. The economic transition to an equitable, net zero, and sustainable future is both one of the most pressing challenges and greatest responsibilities we have in front of us as a society today. More than ever, we seek evidence-based insights, high-quality data, and advanced analytics to support strategies when linking sustainability and performance. I have said many times that data is an increasingly valuable resource, dubbed as the new oil. In fact, a renewable resource that can provide economic value and drive environmental and energy sustainability. Big data will play a vital role in environmental and energy sustainability, protecting the environment and natural resources, and assessing environmental risk. Take aqueduct, for example. This water risk mapping tool was designed to monitor and calculate water risk around the world. relying on big data, such as water quantity, quality, and other changing regulatory issues. Big data will enable environmental sustainability and security by giving the world the opportunity to better understand its demand for energy, food, and water. Among the many benefits of big data for sustainability is function in the enforcement of regulatory practices around the world in keeping track of their emissions, reaching renewable energy goals as they raise standards of sustainability in all sectors. For example, it takes 2,000 liters of water to produce the food necessary to feed one person for a single day. The application of big data for agriculture is critical, given the average rate of resource consumption and growing scarcity. Big data is indispensable in managing the environmental and energy sustainability challenges and issues. Sarawak Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 pandemic, geopolitical issues, and Russia-Ukraine war will have long-term effects on how economies and financial systems operate in the future. Advancing into the future, Sarawak needs to enhance its productivity to remain competitive and at the same time create a clean, healthy, and resilient environment that will last for generations. In these challenging environments, on 22nd July 2021, I launched Sarawak Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy 2030 for a more sustainable economic growth for Sarawak. Our development strategy is underpinned by the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals that requires integrated action on social, environmental, and economic challenges with a focus on inclusive, participatory development that leaves no one behind. My vision for Sarawak is that by 2030, Sarawak will be a developed state with a thriving economy driven by data and innovation, where everyone enjoys economic prosperity, social inclusivity, and a sustainable environment. Our focus is on restructuring and diversifying our economy into high-value downstream industry while creating a thriving society. Advancing digital transformation is key towards improving productivity and efficiency. We need to fully embrace digital transformation to maximize the economic value in the global business environment that are dynamic and volatile. Our development strategy is not only about economic growth, but it is also about cascading the wealth and prosperity equitably and maintaining environmental sustainability for all the people of Sarawak. Ladies and gentlemen, let me briefly touch on the outcomes that my government is targeting by 2030. Economic prosperity. In order to achieve a high income and advanced state by 2030, we will need to achieve an economic growth rate of between 6 to 8% annually to double the size of our economy to 282 billion ringgit by 2030. The following 6 economic sectors will be the primary growth engines for Sarawak namely A, agriculture and commodities, concentrating on commercial agriculture based on smart and precision farming. B, manufacturing, transforming our manufacturing sector to adopt Industry 4.0 to achieve higher productivity, production efficiency, and flexibility. C, forestry, with a focus on reforestation to reduce impact on climate change. D, tourism, with effort to increase visitor economy. E, mining and exploration towards a downstream value chain. F, renewable energy with accelerating hydrogen, biomass, and solar energy, and integrating with our hydro energy generation. G, services focusing on access to affordable and quality of services, e-commerce, finance, healthcare, and of course, other services. The focus will be on lifting existing productivity levels significantly and sustainably across all sectors of the economy through the adoption of digital technology, data, and innovation. We envisage our export will increase by about 3 times, supported by more high value-added products created from our manufacturing, agriculture, forestry, and mining sectors. The government will have the private sectors grow their respective industries and expect the private sector will respond by investing and doing more in the sectors that are the state's focus. To support investment in Sarawak, I have announced the establishment of Invest Sarawak to spearhead all investment in Sarawak. Social inclusivity. Our focus will not be only on growing GDP, but also how the growth is translated into every Sarawakian. We want to significantly increase the average household income from the current 5,000 ringgit to 16,000 ringgit per month by 2030, which will put Sarawak ahead of Malaysia as a whole. This is a very tall order, but I believe Sarawakian can do it. To achieve this, we are ensuring that the initiatives are community-centric. The distribution of wealth to the community must be equitable for both in urban and rural settings. We must not forget the vulnerable segments of our society, including B40, M40, and the rest. Our PCDS 2030 initiative will support financial sustainability for the poor and shelters for our fellow Sarawakians in need. Environmental and energy sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, decarbonization and digitalization are mega trends that will force sectors and industries to undergo structural change and fundamentally alter their traditional business models. An overwhelming scientific consensus exists that human activity is having an unintended but predicted negative impact on the global environment. As the accelerating changes in climates are increasingly evident, the ethical necessity of understanding environmental system and determining potential path to sustainability has never been clearer. To prevent severe climate change, we need to rapidly reduce global greenhouse gas emissions. The world emits around 50 billion tons of greenhouse gases each year. According to One World in Data 2021, the energy sector, comprising of energy used in industry, transportation, and buildings, is responsible for 73.2% of greenhouse gas emissions. Our PCDS 2030 specifically highlights renewable energy as a cornerstone to our 10-year plan to accelerate the global transition to clean energy, to limit further warming and reach net zero emission. To focus on this, I have established a new ministry after the last general election. That is the Ministry of Energy and Environmental Sustainability, responsible to plan, coordinate, and provide direction for the development of green growth, renewable energy, sustainability, and climate change. Our immediate effort is to undertake a study on Sarawak climate change policy and low-carbon society blueprint to formulate a state policy on greenhouse gas and develop mitigation and adaptation action plans to address the impact of climate change and low-carbon society. Sarawak is currently Malaysia's largest provider of renewable energy, for a population of almost 3 million across Sarawak and parts of Indonesia in West Kalimantan. 78% of the total electricity generation is from Sarawak hydro resources, which can be harnessed to reduce our carbon footprint. In 2018, Sarawak Energy Berhad established and commissioned Southeast Asia's first integrated hydrogen production plant and refueling station capable of producing 130 kg of hydrogen per day at close to 100% purity. Currently, Sarawak is partnering with global players from South Korea and Japan to develop environmentally friendly hydrogen and green ammonia plant in Bintulu. Digital technologies can enable emission reduction by providing information on energy consumption and emission, providing the capabilities and platforms to improve accountability of energy and carbon, offering innovation that capture energy efficiency opportunities and applying smart and integrated approaches to energy management. Transport bears a huge responsibility in the current situation. The sector contributes to nearly a quarter of global energy-related greenhouse gas emission. Under a business-as-usual scenario, this figure will continue rising to reach 1/3 of all emission by 2040. To address greenhouse gas emission from transportation sector, my government, GPS, introduced a number of hydrogen-powered buses in 2020 and is in the process of introducing hydrogen-powered autonomous rail rapid transit (ART), a rail-less train system designed to be used for urban public passenger transport. Sarawak government has implemented smart traffic light system at 42 junctions in Kuching and the surrounding districts. Traffic data is used to synchronize the traffic lights to reduce traffic congestion, travel time, and greenhouse gas emissions. With modern and eco-friendly integrated transportation system, we expect carbon footprint from land transport in Kuching City will be significantly reduced by 15% by 2030. We will continue with our initiative to conserve, protect, and manage our resources sustainably. Sarawak government is committed to keep 60% of our land mass as forest cover. We are restoring 200,000 hectares of degraded forests and set aside 1 million hectares as totally protected areas. Conserve and promote biodiversity as a natural capital will pave the way for more investment inflow into Sarawak that will co-create solutions, generate more green jobs and business opportunities to drive our economy in a sustainable manner. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarawak digital economy, trends and opportunities. Increasing digitalization of the economy and society is changing the ways people act and interact. One of the distinguishing features of various digital transformation has been the exponential growth in machine-readable information or digital data over the internet. Such data are core to all fast-emerging digital technologies such as data analytics, artificial intelligence (AI), blockchain, Internet of Things (IoT), cloud computing, and all internet-based services, and they have become a fundamental economic resource. According to Oxford Economics, by 2025, digital economy will contribute an average 24.3% or US $23 trillion to the world economy. The contribution will be driven by these frontier technologies. Data play an increasingly important role as an economic and strategic resource, a trend reinforced by COVID-19 pandemic as many activities move online. Cross-border data flows a new kind of international economic flow, which lead to a new form of global interdependence. As such, regulating data flows at the international level has become more urgent. Current regional and international regulatory frameworks tend to be either too narrow in scope or too limited geographically, failing to enable cross-border data flows with an equitable sharing of economic development gains while properly addressing risk. There is a need for new regulatory framework. Developing countries need to find the optimal balance between promoting domestic economic development, protecting public policy interests, and integrating into the global digital ecosystem. Sarawak Digital Economy 5-year journey. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarawak embarked on digital economy in 2018 to shift its dependence on non-renewable resources economy. The first digital economy strategy, 2018-22, which was launched in December 2017, is coming to an end this year. The strategy comprises of 47 strategic actions in other economic sectors and 7 enablers. Since the commencement of the digital economy agenda in 2018, Sarawak has successfully enhanced the state economic development through a transformation in several sectors, including agriculture, oil palm industry, e-commerce, finance and fintech, digital government, smart city, tourism, manufacturing, and services industry. I would like to highlight some of our achievements and measure of success over the last 5 years. Digital economy ecosystem. In 2018, my government established the Sarawak Multimedia Authority, SMA, under the Sarawak Multimedia Authority Ordinance 2017, a regulatory body to spearhead, oversee, and facilitate the development and implementation of the communication, multimedia, and state digital economy initiative. The following key agencies were also established as part of the Sarawak's digital economy ecosystem, responsible for the implementation of the digital economy strategies. Sarawak Digital Economy Corporation, Idec, was launched in June 2020, entrusted to lead the implementation of Sarawak Digital Economy Initiative, focusing on private sector, digital infrastructure, research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Centec Digital Academy was established in 2019, entrusted to provide industry-relevant training and skill development, focusing on school leavers, graduates, and industry employees to meet the workforce needs of digital economy. Centec will be working closely with the Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development to address the skill needs. Sarawak Information System Science, entrusted to lead the implementation of Sarawak Digital Economy Initiative, focusing on government services. Additionally, all our ministries, agencies, GLCs, universities, and private sector are involved in the implementation of the Digital Economy Initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, digital infrastructure and connectivity. Sarawak government strategy is to build digital infrastructure, to widen the coverage and provide connectivity, especially to rural communities. With Sarawak's vast landscape, it is estimated that we will need 7,000 telecommunication structures to achieve 99.9% internet penetration throughout Sarawak. Sarawak Linking Urban, Rural and Nation Saluran Initiative is a Sarawak government initiative to provide connectivity to the rakyat. Under the Saluran Initiative, the Sarawak government has allocated smart 600 towers to be built under the Sarawak Multimedia Authority Rural Telecommunication Project, that is SMART project. The federal government, on the hand, through MCMC, has allocated additional 742 new towers to be built in Sarawak through National Fiberization and Connectivity Plan Jandela. Smart 600 Phase 1, 300 towers, is targeted to be completed by third quarter of 2022, with Phase 2 by fourth quarter 2023. As part of saluran, Sarawak Google Broadband Network, mySRBN, is a first state-owned 4G-ready and 5G-oriented broadband telecommunication network that uses fixed wireless broadband technology. 158 sites across Sarawak have been implemented to connect Google families and communities. In upcoming phases, mySRBN will be extended across all the Smart 600 infrastructure and aim to provide home broadband services for 100,000 Google homes in the next few years. In far-reaching areas, the Sarawak government has equipped 250 sites with very small aperture terminal VSAT under the Wi-Fi saluran project. This is an interim solution to give internet access to the underserved community, which 86,562 users have benefited to date. Sarawak government has recently completed Sabau Google High-Speed Open Broadband Network. This project involves an expansion of fiber optic cables to connect 49 longhouses, 6 schools, 2 higher education institutions, and 3 government offices in Sabau district. And that is, I want to share with you, we have to find money to finance all these projects. Inshallah, Sarawak will be able to finance all. Human capital. As new roles arise and job requirements fluctuate, the scope of the existing talent in skilled workers may not cope with the changing demands. Due to advancement in technology such as artificial intelligence, AI, blockchain, Industry 4.0, virtual augmented reality, robotics, cybersecurity, IoT, cloud computing, and others. According to WEF, by 2025, 85 million jobs will be displaced. 95 million new high-tech jobs will be generated, and 54% of all employees, that is more than half, will have to upgrade their skill significantly due to emerging technologies. Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development, our universities, TVET and technical colleges are all addressing the skill needs for digital economy. To accelerate the upskilling and reskilling needs in Sarawak, in 2019, my government established Digital Academy at Centec to focus on the skill need for the digital economy. The academy is established in partnership with the multinational technology companies, including Eon Reality, Huawei, Bosch Rexroth, Keysight, and others. Later today, we'll be witnessing our partnership with Microsoft. This model will see Digital Academy as a leading industry-focused regional training center in big data and data analytics, IoT, software, cybersecurity, immersive technologies, including AR, VR, 5G, telecommunication, Industry 4.0, and more to meet the skill needs of digital economy. Sarawak government, through the Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development, is also in the process of establishing international schools to further complement STEM education and human capital development in Sarawak. Because of this, we still retain English as one of our official languages. Research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. To tap the opportunities offered by the global digital economy, we need to be on par with the developing countries. We develop countries in our digital journey. We need to push ahead. In new digital and data science research areas like artificial intelligence, blockchain, 5G, Internet of Things, cloud computing, and others, we will not be left behind. To leapfrog our research and development capabilities, Sarawak government has established Center of Excellence for Digital Economy in partnership with all the 5 universities in Sarawak, leading global universities like National University of Singapore, and leading global multinational technology companies including IBM, Eon Reality, Honeywell, Huawei, GE, Keysight, and others. The center's research and innovation ecosystem include university-based research laboratories focusing on big data and data analytics, 5G, immersive technologies, cybersecurity, software, and IoT. Industry-focused open lab to commercialize the research outcome, and sector-focused test bed to showcase technology, solution, and use cases, platform for research and training, industry, and workforce transformation. In 2020, 5G test bed, a partnership with MCMC, Sakofa, Maxis, Idec, SMA, and Centex was launched. The test bed is the first in Sarawak and will be used to develop and showcase 5G case studies in broadband and media, transport, critical services and infrastructure, healthcare, Industry 4.0, human-machine interface, sensor network, and more. The economy might not provide sufficient opportunities or assist promising entrepreneurs in the digital space. This contributes to brain drain as the innovators may shift abroad to commercialize their invention. Over the last 5 years, Sarawak government has already established 9 digital innovation hubs across Sarawak and expected to complete 4 more innovation hubs by the end of 2022. In 2021, I launched Digital Village, comprising of numerous co-working spaces for entrepreneurs and to provide support such as market access, intellectual property protection, access to investors, and talent upskilling. Approximately 500 programs have been conducted to train MSMEs and individuals across Sarawak. Earlier this month, the Sarawak government launched prototyping lab at the Digital Village to help industries leapfrog to IR 4.0 adoption. MSME Digitize and Go Digital program, partnership between Idec and the Ministry of International Trade, have supported more than 600 MSMEs across Sarawak with digitalization support. Digitalizing something as large and complex as the public sector is an enormous transformation task. This would lead to a host of new policy changes for governments, including the digitalization of public administration, the automation of public sector workflows, and policy issues. The transformation requires leveraging digital technology to improve workflow efficiency and productivity, utilizing data to improve government services, enhancing regulatory compliance through fit-for-purpose policies that are data-driven. We now have more than 200 applications developed for the state services, and due to the massive technology transformation, the state also started to evolve from client-server platform to WEB to web, mobile app, and now in cloud services. Over the years of digitalization, the state has accumulated massive amount of data in our data centers. Sarawak government has developed an open data portal which contains data on agriculture, economy, education, environment, government, and public sector health, infrastructure, local government society, utilities, travel, and tourism, which can be monetized and eventually assist the state in generating revenue. Ladies and gentlemen, cybersecurity. This is a very important sector, so I would like to share with you. According to European Commission cybersecurity report, cybercrime cost the world Euro 5.5 trillion in 2020. This is the largest transfer of economic wealth in history. Cybercrime is a very fast-growing business, though it is a crime. And as such, cybersecurity is no longer a technological option, but a societal need. It is not only about data and information protection, but includes critical infrastructure, transport system, healthcare, manufacturing, retail, and finance, societal aspect, and more. Disruptive technologies such as AI, blockchain, and quantum computing will have an impact on the way cybersecurity will need to be achieved. Since cybersecurity risk cannot be eliminated, the question is, how can it be mitigated? Cooperation and collaboration, knowledge and timely communication regarding the threats and how to address them will be an important step going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, the public, private, and community partnership involving all stakeholders will provide a platform to bring about successful economic transformation. Sarawak government will concentrate on facilitating a regulatory environment that will allow a level playing field, make available seed funding, and invest in basic and critical infrastructure, research, and talent development. The government will enhance the policies to encourage participation and investment by the private sector and to act as an enabler in driving economic growth. Small and medium enterprises in Sarawak will be assisted to spur their growth, productivity, and efficiency. Now we have our blueprint, which will focus on A, nurturing integrated ecosystem to foster inclusive digital society, B, building the right foundation to grow digital economy, C, fostering business growth and vibrant technology sector, D, capitalizing on digital technologies to maximize digital value, and E, delivering simple, secure, and transport services. It will align with the national and global blueprints and recognizing that the government plays an enabling role with focus on developing both public and private sector economies. Ladies and gentlemen, during the COVID-19 pandemic, when cloud computing technology enabled us to persevere and adapt to the new normal, business, governments, and end users all depend on data centers to host, process, analyze, and access their data. Sarawak will move forward and will require long-term investment by both public and private sector. One measure the government is taking is to set up sovereign wealth fund for Sarawak to protect state wealth and invest it properly for future. Based on the UN Digital Economy 2021 report, geography of digital economy is clustered into countries only. That is USA and China, accounting to 50% of hyperscale data centers, 94% of all funding of AI startup, 90% of the platform market capitalization, and highest rate of 5G adoption in the world. The global dominance by the USA and China and their capability to build and secure the resulting value are estimated to heighten global inequalities. Against that background, it is the intention of the Sarawak government for us, in a small way, to contribute to this transformation throughout the world. The Sarawak government, though is ambitious about Sarawak digital future, our goal is to be a leading digital economy and society by 2030. In summary, it means that there will be a frictionless government service delivery. All businesses are digitally driven business, and Sarawak has a vibrant and global competitive technology sector, thriving high growth industries. All Sarawakians have access to digital skill and technology, and that Sarawak is cyber secure. With carefully planning, commitment, partnership, and focusing of delivery excellence, I am confident that Sarawak will be a thriving society driven by data and innovation. Environmental, social, and governance ESG practices are becoming a major strategic imperative for nearly all corporation and public sector organizations. There is a growing convergence between the adoption of digital technologies and their potential as an ESG enabler to maximize ESG strategies, drive long-term growth, performance, maximize shareholder value while managing and mitigating risk. With this distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I hereby officially declare open Idecs 2022 and wish you all very fruitful discussion and networking during the next day and a half. Thank you very much.
Once again, another big round of applause. The Right Honourable Premier of Sarawak, please remain on stage. And also may we invite Yang Berbahagia Chairperson of Idecs to invite and accompany our distinguished guests at the front row to join and accompany our guests of honor on stage for us to proceed with the symbolic launching of Idecs 2022. Dengan segala hormat dipersilakan. So now let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, let's focus our attention to the stage now. Mr. Flashbot, please, to the center stage and to please hand over the launching pad to our guest of honor. Dipersilakan. And now let's do the countdown, ladies and gentlemen. In 3, 2, 1. of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, it is now official. IDEX 2022 with the theme Decoding Big Data for Environmental and Energy Sustainability. Thank you very much. And now may we invite our guests of honor and the rest of distinguished guests to please kindly return to their seats for us to proceed with our next highlight. Dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan.